Imagine pre-ordering a Star Wars game only for Ubisoft to say, hey, sorry, you need to resave your save file. Ubisoft just sent out an email to some Star Wars Outlaws owners on PS5 saying that they have to restart a completely new save file in order to avoid progression blocking bugs. Which is kind of crazy because people paid $110 instead of $70 just to play the game a few days early, which really defeats the point of having the game early in the first place. There's an article from Eurogamer here that says Ubisoft sent out an email. To best experience the Outer Rim, we rolled out a maintenance to make sure everyone is playing the latest and best version of the game. And as one of the players affected who had access to the older version of the game, we are aware that you were encountering some issues, and we sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused. And this is really unfortunate because not that Star Wars Outlaws is the best game or the worst game out there, it just kind of reveals like modern gaming is just kind of like frustrating. It shakes players like faith in even pre-ordering in the first place. Like, why am I going to pre-order this? It could just give out bugs or whatever have you. I mean, this is actually the second launch of a Star Wars game that's kind of launched in a kind of ridiculous state. I mean, if we go back to Jedi Survivor, that game launched with some pretty annoying bugs. I mean, and even when I played it and finished it, I mean, it definitely still had bugs for sure. And I mean, a lot of them were ironed out. It definitely could have used some more time in the oven a little bit, you know? So the patch size that Ubisoft is issuing several PS5 owners, this thing is 8 gigabytes. Video games are being charged at $70 for this, you know? We know Ubisoft games go on sale relatively quickly, so I mean, even that alone is kind of like, yeah, like why even buy it at launch? But even to further this, and it not even being worth it for the early access, I mean, like, that's like really frustrating. The biggest thing to ask is really, is this, you know, is this worth your time? I mean, even if you're a dad or a busy gamer and you don't have a whole ton of time anyway, like, is the whole pre-order process even worth it to begin with? Even if you have this early access, 3 days, you know, you paid $40 for it, it just doesn't even matter. There's no word yet on if this affects Xbox. So far, it's just PS5. So as a busy gamer, let me just ask you, is the whole pre-ordering process even worth it to you anymore? The only game recently that I've pre-ordered is Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and that came with some kind of bare bones stuff for a pre-release. I like it. I'm happy with it. So whatever, but a lot of other people may not be, especially when you consider the fact that there was articles recently going around that part of that pre-order bonus was the story missions with Jabba the Hutt. And again, that and further adds to the frustration. But I want to know, are you playing Star Wars Outlaws? Are you playing it now? Or are you waiting for a sale? I definitely plan on playing it. I mean, you know, regardless of the reviews, it still does look good, pretty good to me. And I'm going to play it probably around maybe like Black Friday or so. It's probably going to, you know, it might go down to like $35 at that point or even less. It might even in 6 months time go even down to, you know, $25 or something. So at that rate, I mean, if you look at the reviews around, everyone's saying it's a pretty okay game, just at more of a reduced price. But yeah, I'm definitely not going to interrupt my backlog for this, and I would like to know if you are going to interrupt your backlog for this. It's really just another example of patient gaming, just ever increasingly more worth it. Let me know if you're going to pick this one up, and I'll see you in the next one.